Good afternoon. It's true. This is a better setup than the one I have at home. Using my Mac laptop. I'll show you this contraption I have set up over here. If I hope I don't screw this all up. Got a webcam on a roll of handy wipes, or whatever those things are called. Now I've screwed everything up. Thank you, Cryptic Games, for resubscribing. And I thought you subscribed last time. Is it possible to unsubscribe and resubscribe? I don't know. SMC or S McCarty 313 has subscribed. Let me get caught up on some of these here. Got Sir Richard 706.
Remember when you said when we're gonna make mixed up animals?
What?
Remember when we make superheroes
Yeah.
as other stuff?
Yeah.
Like
Right. I showed you. Look. This is from yesterday. I had an impromptu drawing session for those of you who missed it. I moved this camera up a little bit too, actually. Let me move this here like that. It's not the ideal angle. What do you think? Do you like that one? That's your idea. Bloodhaven Knight has resubscribed. Thank you very much. Sir Richard 706. And I think TK Pitts. And Daniel Trujillo? Excuse me if my Spanish is awful. Okay. Velvet Elephant, I think I mentioned that, so I think I'm caught up. Great. Get going here. We even started on time. I'm sure Kirihiko appreciates that. All right, let me check up on. I've got a lot of windows here open. Let me just make sure I have the ones I need. All right, so I think I'm going to start off with a quick sketch, although it's going to be on large paper. I've ran out of the smaller 9 by 12 board yesterday. So we did a couple of unusual DC as animals as suggested by my 6-year-old daughter. This is the snail, flash snail. And then I used the last of the backing. It's not even the back. This is the back of the, I don't know what it's called. It's the back of the sketch pad, right?
no, it's the back of the sketchbook, and it's made out of cardboard.
Yeah, cardboard. It's a cardboard sketch. Let me push that up a little bit. I'm looking at the. If someone could go in, it looks like the groups that this is under creative. Maybe switch to IRL and also lists players unknown battleground. There'll be no PUBG going on during this stream. If one of the mods could attend to that, that would be fantastic. Josuyo34 has resubscribed. All right, I'll move this camera down a little bit so I can draw right here. That is River. Say hi, River. She knows. She just knows somehow that I'm actually streaming or not. She becomes a little more Self-conscious. What is that? The savannah? You're drawing the savannah? She's got a sun. She's got, it looks like zebras. No.
Zebras.
What is that?
Zebras.
Zebras? And then a bird.
Drinking coffee.
A bird drinking coffee
Yeah.
on the savannah?
Yeah, I brought coffee from Los Angeles and it came back to the savannah.
You brought coffee from Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I could use some coffee, I think. What else do we have? Logan 0306. Thank you for subscribing. I think the over-under on me starting to draw is like 15 minutes. People have commented. Long time. Anyway, if any of you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I put out an alert on Twitter and on Instagram. And the people on Instagram might see it tomorrow morning based on how those alerts go. BANE. I actually started dreaming about what I was going to do last night. I was kind of tossing and turning, in bed. And I did imagine drawing BANE. But here's an important thing. I did bring my portfolio, but in my portfolio I have no bottle of ink, which is a major faux pas. French for, what does faux pas mean? It means, oh no, maybe it's Latin. Faux? No, faux is French. Faux pas means false step. Fake step. It means, that's what I was taught in high school at least, excuse me. So, if I were to do BANE, I would have him in major shadows, and I don't have ink. But if I had like coffee, I could do a sepia toned BANE using coffee. I'm looking around the room. Everyone's looking at their phones. No one's paying attention. Coffee, if I had coffee. It's French. Faux pas?
No.
Maybe I'm mispronouncing it.
No,
Maybe it's
faux
faux
pas.
pas. Faux pas.
is a real word, actually.
Yeah.
It means don't.
Don't. Can you say it in French? How do you say it in
Faux
French?
pas.
Yeah, I was mispronouncing it. Anyway, if I could have peanut butter with it. I'm in a cabin. We're on vacation. I'm closing in on 15 minutes. So, we have soy sauce from last night's udon. I could make a soy sauce drawing. I could take after my buddy David Cho. Could someone Google if soy sauce lightens under UV sunlight? Why he says, why am I working on my vacation? Well, if you noticed on stream and on Discord, I was debating what day I would stream, and I'm streaming now because our littlest ones wake up at 6 or 7 with my wife. Our 12-year-old and up wake up maybe at noon. I don't know. So really, there's this dead zone where there's not much we can do. So, not that I don't love you guys, but it's just time to kind of just sit around and chill. So, might as well stream, right? I am going to do BANE, Daniel Bosco. And then I'm going to have the last 3 cheerers. Go ahead. I'll do that now. So, Janella has cheered 200 bits. And Will Bruce Art has cheered again. Dude is a saint. And who's the third one? If you guys want to submit an idea for a sketch, and Queen City Amusements. So each of you guys post up in stream after I do this BANE what you guys would like me to draw. And then I'll put it to a vote. Pity 83. So I'm aboard? No. Trust me, there's plenty I could do. I'm devoted to you guys. That's what it is. And I'm looking around for did someone Google whether you can draw with soy sauce, whether it's permanent? I'd hate to do a sketch and send it to someone, and then a week later they get hungry. I mean, they find that it fades. A stupid joke. Thank you, Kirihiko. So, I'm going to start because I don't seem to have an answer. The Spider-Man 1963. You asked that rhetorically, I know, I assume. Because if you've been following the stream, and I know you have, you know, it just veers off in directions that no one knows anything about. Vellum instead of smooth, it's all personal taste. Vellum has a little more grit to it, so a little more resistance. Google only gives me how to remove soy sauce from fabric. LOL. Paris Hotel is booked. Whoop whoop. Great. Hi, do you know Casale and Camuncoli? Yes, of course. They're my two best buddies from Italy, Matteo and Camo. Why? Wine? There is no wine. This is an alcohol-free zone. Carla, do you see packets of soy sauce over there? Outside? Is it that windy outside? We put the food outside because it was after we were done. She's looking at me plaintively. What? Oh, really? Is it a mess outside? All right, I'll clean it up. Don't worry. I'm not going to draw soy sauce. Forget that idea. I thought I would be creative, but Mother Nature has decided otherwise. Okay, let's do Bane. All right, so I'm pulling up images of Bane here. Thank you.
Bane has soy sauce?
Yeah, I might draw with it. I don't know if I have a brush. If I don't have a brush, that makes the point moot. I could definitely finger paint. We'll save this. We'll save this just in case. But okay, it's 9:43. I better start. Over under is 15 minutes. All right, there's Bane. That looks like it was designed by Carlos Deanda. Bless you. You okay? Bless you. Don't forget to eat your cereal before it gets too mushy. Okay. Bloodhaven Knight, ethnically correct Bane. He's wearing a mask. So unless there's something unusual about Hispanic torsos and arms, let me know. Dark Wickus. Okay, I gotta get cleaning the house. I'll check back in and see what the second sketch is. Apparently not a fan of Bane. All right. Joe Mike Flo, thank you for the cookies, signed books, and photo of my daughter at Earth 2 last week. Thank you for coming out. That was a fun event. MK Gambit has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. And Sustin Sari 1122 has subscribed. Luxray Machine has cheered. Thank you very much. And Mora 1618 has subscribed. Seen that hand up before. Welcome back or continue subscription. What is that? It's a goat?
Gazelle.
A gazelle? All right, name all the animals on the savannah real quick. What do you have here? A gazelle?
No, you just made me change the name.
I made you?
Yes.
Are you sure it was me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I think, again, while I was kind of tossing and turning and thinking about what I was going to draw, I thought Bane would be an interesting character to do and talk about maybe how to draw arms, because arms are such a big, prominent part of this character's physique. Thank you, Bard JK2, for the sub. Have I ever drawn Dragon Ball Z characters? Maybe. Once. Not often, though. And that was a phone call from my buddy. John tried calling. You might want to ask him what's up. They probably want to meet up for breakfast, is my guess. Yeah. They're welcome to come here. If he wants to drum while I sing. What song was that I was singing last night? What was it?
Savannah Pictures.
What song was that? It was Chicago, right?
He said he has to have a drum set, but yeah, he could come drum.
I don't know. He was drumming on the table. And then I was banging my foot on the ground, which I'm sure was annoying to the people downstairs. Anyway.
Show me pictures of the savannah animals.
There's a lot going on right this morning.
They want to eat.
What?
They want to eat.
Unless I take this camera with me, and they want to eat like right now or like in an hour? Right. When they say right now, that usually means like an hour.
Their kid's starving.
Yeah.
Jim's done it when?
In an hour.
Savannah Pictures of animals.
A little over an hour. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell them to go eat, and we'll catch up with them in an hour.
Savannah Pictures of animals.
There's a lot going on here.
Show me Savannah Pictures of.
Artist Moolah has subscribed. No one's even dressed. It would take us an hour just to even. Yeah.
I'm going to go get Starbucks. Want Starbucks?
I'll have some coffee. I'm not really a breakfast person. Hey, Mom, M-Tane one. Also, this camera, because it's at an angle, the drawing looks narrower than it is. So this is what it really looks like. Here, hold on, let me see if I can adjust it. I'm like looking at it on screen, and it looks very narrow. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to adjust that in OBS. I think there's a way to compensate for that. First off, let me do that. And then
Can I come there? Can you wait for me? Huh?
there's a lot of activity going on right now. Let me try that here. I think this, hold on one second. There we go. See how that looks when it catches up. There we go. that's what it looks like more. So I just basically widened it, the aspect ratio. I didn't actually change the drawing itself. Sehr gut. Alles gut.
River, I'm taking him down now.
I know my pajamas, so I need day clothes.
You need to
Just,
change.
What is that creature?
I'm trying to draw a monkey.
A monkey. That's a great monkey. I like it.
Oh, Mooker.
Excuse me?
Which one is do you need
One thing,
to go down? Is it one?
Can you pass me my phone over there?
Hold on, Jackie, wait.
Oh no, yeah, I got it.
It's right there.
I'll just text you my order. Although I can't really eat it. Why not though? One second.
Okay.
Can you wait for me until I get my day
You can wear
clothes
your
on?
pajamas if you want.
No, I want to wear my day clothes.
Let's wait for River.
What do I want? Yeah, I'll have the same. Okay. All right. And he's got this mask. Because I don't have black ink, I think I'm going to have him fade out mostly to gray, and I'll use pencils. That's kind of what I'm thinking in my head. I'm looking at reference, not for his costume details. I would think any costume with nozzles coming out of your head would put you at a disadvantage. But it's comics, it's cool.
Can I go on my slipper?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Hey. Say hi to everybody.
I'm not on camera.
Sure you are.
Oh my God, Jack.
I don't know. I thought you weren't actually. How funny. How do I not have black ink? I don't know, man. You're very angry this morning. I killed your ass, bro. I don't know why you would be so angry, but you are. A pencil sketch would be cool. It's too early in the morning to be angry, bro. Sadly, this is where I keep getting stuck with my drawings and I can't get past without my character looking like he's only muscle with no skin or insanely ripped. Huh. I'm not sure what that means, but all right. So I'm thinking maybe I could. Maybe it could be a pencil drawing. Could it? Would it? All right. So this is how I pencil for an actual cover. All right, I'll take this eraser, and this is just a Japanese plastic eraser. If you are interested in any of these tools, they're listed on my main page on Twitch on my Twitch channel. You can click and order them yourselves. Yeah. So what you saw there is I have this kind of gesture drawing. It's very loose. It's got a lot of elements to it. And I take this eraser and I lightly erase what I did there, and then I just kind of draw back over what I erased. I gotta keep pulling up reference for this character here. And by virtue of drawing a darker line over the gesture line that I put down, it kind of erases the lighter line. And by erase, I mean it's still there, but the eye kind of does an auto exposure adjustment, and so the lighter line kind of recedes back into space. Good morning. Trying to get the details of this mask just right here. So you can see I'm kind of penciling in darker and erasing at the same time. Here's the ear, so I kind of call that out. And then the neck. I think it's like kind of a cinched off mask, right? Because the idea is that it kind of, I'm looking for a shot of him where I can see his neck very clearly. Not so easy to find. That kind of looks like it's just, okay, that looks like a completely different kind of mask. Interesting. Right, let's change this shape here. Kind of like that shape. It looks a little more Bane-like. So you can see with this kind of eraser, it's just a stick eraser. You can kind of go in and just really erase very small lines. Okay. And then he's got a zipper that runs down the middle of his mask. So add that zipper. And then this is kind of a lens, so I'm going to put like a double line around the eye slot here. And so this line here represents a shadow. If there's a light source that's coming up from behind Bane, this area, like if you were drawing an egg here, that face of the egg would be in shadow like that. And so that's what this, I'm just kind of drawing the boundaries of that egg shadow shape. Then taking into account facial structure underneath what I just drew. This is a fairly straightforward Bane, at least facially, the way that he's constructed. I think if I had drawn him more than once, I would probably find parts of his anatomy and his design to sort of accentuate and exaggerate more. But since this is the first time, I'm not going to apply too much pressure on myself to figure out exactly what my version of the character would look like. It comes about naturally through repetition. When It Rains has resubscribed, and Punker13 has resubscribed as well. 5 months, yo. All right. S. Richard 706 has subscribed, and Janella has cheered 500 bits. Thank you, Janella, all the way from the Philippines. Edgar Skyle has cheered as well. Thank you for the bits. And Mouthy Merc 49 has resubscribed. My dude, I like that. I'm your dude, whatever that means. I know what it means. I like to play stupid. I know it's not much, doesn't take much effort. Artist Moolah has subscribed, and I think I am caught up. Beta has resubscribed. Beta 83. Feels like lightning can strike twice. That confident. I always wonder, like, if you win a sketch, whether you immediately just unsubscribe. Give it a rest. I would think not. Every lottery pull, or every, what am I trying to say? It's too early in the morning. I've not had any coffee. If you enter a lottery, what I'm trying to say is, if you enter a lottery and every time you, even if you won once, your chances of winning the next time are exactly the same. Right? You guys know that. If you go up to a roulette table and they track kind of how many times you win, and they track the latest numbers, the winning numbers. If the last 10 winning numbers were all black numbers, right? The choices being black numbers or red numbers, or the occasional double green 0 or single green 0. Right? If any of you guys are into math, you know that your chances of hitting another black number are exactly the same with every roll of the ball. Right? It's a little under 50% because of the 2 green numbers. But assuming that there weren't 2 green numbers, why am I talking about this? It's 50% chance, right, of a black or red, and it's that way. Even if there are 10 black numbers in a row, the chances of rolling another black number are exactly a little under 50%. It doesn't change. So what I'm trying to say is, even if you win a sketch, your chances of winning a sketch again are exactly the same. Now, your chances of winning 2 sketches overall is smaller, right? But each individual chance is the same. Is that kind of a mathematical, it's hard to wrap your head around? I don't know. For some people, maybe it is. Even as I said it, I was like, what? Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Gene Hu has resubscribed. Thank you, Gene Hu, for 5 months. That's nice. Appreciate it. Crispy egg roll. The chances of winning a sketch seem to be 0%. That's right. Let that sink in. 0.0. Damn, is everybody tight today? I killed your ass, bro. Dude. You're like on the wrong chat channel. This is Mellow Ramblings. Mellow Ramblings. It's twitch.tv/Mellow Ramblings. Tith says, if I win another sketch somehow, I promise to lie to you again and say I will give it to you. Deal? Wow. It's a bloodthirsty crowd. Yeah, so Crispy is giving you guys some information. If you aren't a subscriber, but you are an Amazon Prime member, there's information on how you can subscribe to the channel at a discount, I believe they give it. Twitch is owned by Amazon. Okay. So let me just, this is the warm-up sketch, so let me just clean this up and get it done. At this point, I think it's just all anatomy and costume, right? Kind of khaki pants and boots. Am I missing anyone? Or anything? Anyone. Any of you fans out there that know anything about BANE? Your mom went to get Starbucks if you want.
Yeah, I texted her.
Okay. It's 10 o'clock. We have one young adult up. M Tang one. Don't forget the veins. Okay. Where's Ronnie? I'm not at home. I don't know if you can tell. This lovely decor. Very cabin like. I'm in the mountains. Tell us this is coming out great. Sounds surprised. I'm not surprised. This whole channel is always surprised when something turns out decently. Oh, you took that smudge of a inked blob mess that you created with a Kleenex, and it looks like, oh, it's that character. Rename this channel twitch.tv/low expectations. Yes. So now I'm doing something you shouldn't be doing. So please pay no attention to this. I'm actually rendering parts of the body before I've even finished sort of establishing structure elsewhere. It's really a bad idea. Bad habit. Bad Jim. Bad Jim. Yeah, it's a bad idea. And the reason why it's a bad idea is you don't want to get locked in. At this point, you should really be figuring out. Excuse me 1 second. You should be figuring out structure before you go and commit to rendering like this, the shadows. In that, if I've screwed up any of the structure, I have to go back and erase all this. I'm creating more work for myself. But I feel pretty good. I feel pretty confident about what I've laid down, and I'm not going to erase. Watch me erase in like 10 minutes. But anyway, I'm thinking in my head I'm not going to be erasing, so that's why I went ahead and did it. So I'll go back to working on structure in a second. I just kind of wanted to do some rendering down here because why not? It's Sunday. I'm on vacation. 1 second. We need drunk sloppy Jim. This guy is hilarious. I kill your ass, bro. How funny. Feel better soon? I don't think I'm sick, although there are days when I wake up I don't feel so great. But that might just be old age. I think we're up in the mountains. There's altitude. You always feel constantly winded. The air is very dry. There's a lot of static electricity and dry air and altitude make for chapped chicks. Chapped lips, dry skin, runny noses. Stop. Old man Jim. That's very kind of you. Thank you. There was no drunk karaoke. My friend is he's a musician, and so we were talking about, and I have a horrible singing voice. Yeah, so I was appalling, no, that's not a verb. I was terrifying my friends, my wife, my friends with some of my singing last night, some Chicago. Like, woo, baby, don't. I don't even know the words. That's the sad thing. I was hit by a car at a very young age. I'm confident that it might have unlocked some drawing abilities, but it destroyed my ability to sing. There we go. If you leave me now, you take away the best part of me. Ooh, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, and it's true. So when I was 4 years old, living in Seoul, South Korea, for whatever reason, and this is just the way life was back then, I had free reign of the city. My parents just let me wander around the city by myself, and I was wandering around with a bunch of my friends at age 4 in the city, and I was crossing the street, and I crossed it at an inopportune time.
Do I have to wear snow pants?
No,
Because I don't fall down. So.
yeah, you don't have to. And I got hit by a truck, and I remember, luckily the four wheels, like I was right in the middle, and so the four wheels went around me, and I survived. But I remember going into, I assume it was the ER, and them stitching up my head. So I've got a scar on the back of my head, and I've got 2 holes on the sides of my ears that you can't see because of these headphones. But if you get up close, you'll see I've got, if there's your ear here, this is my left ear. There's a hole right here. And that's not because I got drunk as a teenager and decided to do something to flip the bird to my parents. Anyway, I have the 2 holes on both sides of my ear. I'm pretty sure those holes are there because when you're a 4-year-old and they're performing surgery on you, I want to say they probably had a device that had 2 pins that went into your head, on the side of your head, to hold your head in place. So that was my brush with death, and I'm pretty sure it ruined my ability to be able to sing in tune. It's like Daredevil. It's exactly Daredevil's origin. I just realized Daredevil and he was saving someone's life. I was just trying to cross the road. But it robbed me of my ability to sing, as you can tell. In my head, it sounds great. It's like full-time disco concert going on here. All right. Okay. I'm gonna do the veinage and all that kind of stuff last, guys. So I killed your ass, bro. Just chill. I know you're saying stuff in chat. Did I break my arm? I did not. Nothing broke. When you're 4 years old, your body's kind of made out of rubber. Got scars on my back due to getting cut by katana swings. Oh my god. Disco is dead, Jim. If the alternate name for this channel is the references to things no one cares about anymore. That's what I was gonna call this channel. Instead, I decided to call it twitch.tv/Jim Lee. Okay. All right. If you just notice, I just basically drew the leather gloves, and that kind of basically fleshed out. Basically, use that word too much. The rest of that hand here. thumb cast a shadow over that bent index finger. Got tendons here. I think he's got like a, no, not in that one, but in some drawings I've seen him with like a strap across that bicep. So I'm not including it there. Now, if I had ink, all this area underneath here would be going to black. Since I don't have ink, but I do have a pencil, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do it in gray. So this is the kneecap. Kind of, in my head, I've constructed this kneecap. I just drew it for you guys so you can see what I'm doing here. So there's like this wedged-like thing here. There's a muscle that basically sits right on top of here. Some muscles that allow you to induct. They're inductor muscles, I think. I don't know. They allow you to pull your leg in and out. Okay. The calf goes here. He's wearing a boot, so I'm going to put the edge of that boot there. There are all these shoelaces that would be lovely to draw, but I'm not going to because I'm going to take everything to black. And he's standing in that pit of garbage and refuse. Same thing, the kneecap comes here. You see the back end of the calf. Okay. And the idea is what happens if the shadow of his body comes across and covers all this in shadow. Okay, I'm going to raise this up a little bit. It's a rather large drawing. This is on the board that I draw comics on. So you can see this would have taken about 2 seconds, I think, with ink. And there's this fist here, and that fist, an arm, forearm, will cast a shadow across that thigh. The reason why I keep these lines parallel and somewhat parallel is that it creates some energy, even though it's a static image, and then also suggests that maybe there's like wind or some movement in the atmosphere. So again, I'm creating a little bit of a dynamic kind of element to it all, even though it's a static image. I'm going to check chat, and there's someone that's going to be like, wow, this turned out okay after all. Not too bad. Let's check and see. I've learned so much about shadows over the months. Your pencil work looks awesome, ... Why'd you put the ... That makes me feel self-conscious, like there's another thought that was coming, like your pencil work looks awesome, ... But your inks are horrible. I don't know. I should do all my sketches in pencil. All the backhanded compliments. never pick up a marking tool again. This is kind of cool, I guess. Thank you, Superhero Swimmer. I knew I can count on you. Passive aggressive love. Funny Bob 85. Wow, this turned out okay after all. Not too bad. Looks meh. I love it. You guys are all hip to the action. This is exactly what I want, because at some point when we get more new people to come, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh!" Well, I'm hoping that they would go, "Oh my gosh!" That they would actually be appreciative of what's being done here. Not powered by any coffee. What's done in a coffee-less delirium. And they would go like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I'm hoping they would say. And then everyone else in chat's like, "What's up with you, bro? It's okay. It turned out okay, I guess." I think that just would be kind of funny. See, guy named Zach. I'm appreciative, haha, because you're new. All these other guys with like these icons next to their names, they're jaded people. They're jaded. Almost went off the rails there. Whew. See, Booster Shane, I'm new, and oh my gosh, Jim, that looks pretty cool. I know it looks fine, Sormer. I know what I'm doing. It's just a pity act. Right? It's like when you take a test and go like, "Oh, I don't think I did that well." All right. Here's the hardest part of this drawing. And it's the hardest part because I've already drawn all these other parts, so there's really no turning back. I'm stuck. Will he make it, folks? Will he be able to tie it all together? If he draws a fist right here with a thumb, that's a shadow across an index finger. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky. That awesome pinky finger. Just make sure these are roughly the same size. Close enough. Let's see what happens if I put this muscle here first. I just realized for a lot of you guys were going like, "Ooh, the sound of pencil and paper." I'm like, "What are these people high or something?" And I just realized, no, you guys probably work digitally. You're not used to things making noises. ASMR. ASMR. I had to Google that. Someone said something about that in like a YouTube comment. I thought they were talking about my voice, but maybe they're talking about the sound of pencil. But it has to do. It's some very technical phrase. It has to do something with like the pleasing sounds that stimulate the base of your brain or something like that on a very primal level. The SMR sounds make me kind of high, says Renaissance Man. Bob Ross is the original ASMR master. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Exactly. I love the fact that you guys know all about this, but nothing about math probability. The Huinator one has cheered. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's a name I haven't seen. Janella has cheered. Janella, where would we be without you? I've learned so much about your streams, so much with your streams. Hope to meet you someday. The Huinator cheered again. Pity 83. We love you, Jim. Come on, we love you. Love you as well. I'm just goofing around, guys. Adina herself has cheered. Thank you very much, Adina yourself. Lonesworth2 has subscribed. And Junior Champ has resubscribed. For 3 months. That's some faith right there. Tokyo Sandblaster. Tokyo Sandblaster has resubscribed or has subscribed. RJ3N has resubscribed. Love the streams. Wildstorm CCG, that's a collectible card game, has subscribed. And I think I'm caught up. Fantastic. Almost done with this. 10:26. I have like a half hour left. All right. All right, so let me just finish this up. Those 3 people that had selected before, did they ever submit character names of things they wanted to see drawn? So I could put it to a poll. Left fist seems to be smaller than right, Jim. Let me see. Left fist seems to be smaller than right. A little bit. I will adjust this just for you, sir. Sebu Sojka. You tell me. There we go. Now I've got the song stuck in my head. Ooh, baby, please don't go. Oh my gosh. You don't know how hard it is for me to hold back, unleashing. I am literally like friggin' Black Bolt, dude. If I utter a single sound of a song, your ears will start bleeding. Your backs will break. Your children will scream. Your ancestors will crawl out of their graves. It would be very bad. Sehr bad. Molto, molto bad. I don't like this leg here at all. I'm just going to move it up a little bit. Or maybe I'll just black it out. When in doubt, black it out. Okay. I don't know, when was that song? Is that the 80s? 70s? I don't know what. That was the era. I want to say I was immune to. I was not into disco, but I was. Like everyone, disco, punk, all that stuff. Donna Summers. And now I'm just doing the shadows. Marcus Welb, MD. Dr. Marcus Welb. That's my guess that. Hey. Was it crowded down there?
Oh gosh, it's like a madhouse.
Yeah.
I think because it's windy, not many people are out as early.
Is it that windy?
Someone's cold.
Thank you. Okay. I just dropped this last shadow in here. Got to do all the veinage. Okay, here we go. I knew there was something missing. I really should put a curling thing in his hand here. That was an Olympics joke, if anyone knew that. Yes, thank you, Queen City Amusements. And Lance Childers Art. Crispy. I'll get you later. My jokes really, they're not the ha-ha, laugh out loud jokes. My jokes are the ones that hit you later when you're driving and you're reflecting upon this stream. You go, oh, he was making a curling joke about that Russian curler who they caught doping. See? Gamer Loki, 97. Aha, good one. Unagizilla. Definitely not. I should probably put like sits on his back. Hold on, let me see all these. Where all these veins go. All right. Now that was funny. I would have liked to have met Bob Ross. That would have been kind of cool. I've been able to meet a lot of people that I was into as a kid. I used to watch Bob Ross Sunday mornings on PBS, and I would then try to imitate kind of what he taught me, obviously very, very poorly, of course, but it was always very inspiring to see that he could just break down things that we thought were trees or mountains and show you that really it's just blobs. And if you get the blob just right, the human mind will fill it in and basically make it look like a tree. And you start understanding that art is really about abstraction, even if you're trying to draw something realistic. It kind of blows your mind, actually. And I would say that the more you actually try to draw something like it really is, the less the mind comprehends. It's sort of like the uncanny valley a little bit. It's almost like if you put too many details of something in and not abstract it, the human mind refuses to see it for what it is. All right. I think I'm done. And it's funny that Bob Ross is like a big thing now, because when I was a kid, it was kind of a joke, like, who watches Bob Ross? But now it seems like, how do all these people know about him? Thanks to YouTube. Dave CF Prez has cheered. Thank you for the cheer. Appreciate that. And Booster Shane, thank you for the subscription. So I'm done with this. All right. So are there characters? Ooh, what am I doing? Trying to make it look like there's like some atmosphere kind of flowing through. It's a very advanced technique. I don't suggest you guys doing this. I could see all these drawings with weird lines, and people are like, what is that? Well, I saw Jim do it in his stream. It's wispy stuff. It's like the visual equivalent of ASMR. I'm just going to darken some of these values here to make it consistent. All right. So I think I'm done. Let me see how it looks in stream here. This is done without ink, correct. I'm glad you guys have been paying attention. All right, it still looks a little distorted, even though it's interesting that in OBS it looks different. I'm going to try to distort it just a little bit more. Let's see what happens if I do this. There we go. That's what it looks like in real life. Someone said this fist was bigger than the other. I agree, and so I'm just going to shrink it down here. I'm going to do a little fistectomy. And I'll also pull it in a little bit more because it was almost kind of falling off that person, his wrist there. Okay. Did we figure out what 3 characters I was going to put into the poll? Jean Grey next, or I'll fart on my cat. That's lovely. The Huanator says, looks great, thank you. All right, what are the 3 characters? I do have to go soon. I believe it was Will Bruce Art. I can't remember. Queen City Amusements, Joker. Okay. Thanos. Okay. And there was one more. Who was the third person? Was it Janela? Let me look back, scroll back here, hold on. Trump. The third person was, so Will Bruce Art said Thanos. I think it was Janela. So Janela, what's the third possible? Let me just figure out this. Did Jonella say something? Scroll. Chat is flying by a little too fast. Janelle's AFK. All right, so we're gonna do this. Joker or Thanos? Oh, crap, sorry. And it started too soon. Darth Maul, I see. Here we go. You don't have to vote in chat, guys. I created an actual online poll. Oh my god, coffee is here. Earthworm Jim. All right, please ban that person for life, please. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Okay, all right, I'm gonna end the poll. The winner is Thanos. Wow, Joker came in last place. What kind of chat is this, man? I'm here to promote DC Comics. You guys are Darth Maul, Thanos. All right, Thanos it is. You know what's cool? I just Googled. Thanos is a completely made up word. Congrats to Jim Starlin. Cool name, cool character, and he wasn't derivative of something that already existed. That's pretty badass. He doesn't look too dissimilar from Bane. I could probably just erase Bane's head and put Thanos' head in there and I'd be done. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't want to do a symmetrical Thanos. I know he's got the rings, the Infinity Gauntlet. I feel like that would be kind of important to put into excuse me. So let's start with the hand. Let's draw Thanos as he's just waking up from his afternoon nap. And you see I'm kind of very focused on the negative shapes here, the negative spaces. That's the space between objects. That's another way of drawing, is not drawing what you see, but drawing what's in between what you see. And if you get those shapes just right, it looks pretty good. I can feel the caffeine. What size pencil am I using right now? This is a lead stick holder. You can find it on my main page. It's a piece of lead. I don't know if you can see it. It's super blunt. You can sharpen it if you want, but I keep it completely unsharpened at this point. If you want a sharper tip, you just kind of rotate it. Because if you draw a lot on one side, it basically creates a tip like that. So that's the flat side. That creates a flat line like that. If you want a thinner line, you just rotate it and use the point. Right? So there's the point. And then if you rotate it, you get the flatter side. I think he has like a small mouth, or a small nose, sorry. He's just waking up. I think he's just waking up. I'm going to change this though. Let's see what happens when I move this down here. Okay. And rotate this. Kind of do something different. Okay. I think he has less of a, doesn't have much of the top part of his head. See. Same thing here with Bane. Sort of what I did with Bane's face. Okay. So we're going to drop that chin line all the way down here. Make his hand bigger. I think I want to make his head down this way a little bit more. Like he's just turning and looking at us. That might be too much. I want to get that sense of power. So that's his arm. Here is without the head. So that's where the neck slot goes. So maybe the head goes here. try something. I got my packet of soy sauce here. Okay, let's see what happens. Where's this open up? Tear here. Okay. I'm looking at this line that I'm creating here. Okay, I'll let it dry and see how it looks before. I've got 8 minutes. Yeah, Wormser. I am streaming from a cabin in the mountains, actually. So that's why it looks different. I'm not at home. All right. So this piece is going to be all energy. Because again, I don't have a brush and I don't have ink. So it's all going to be about line energy, and anything that's going to be black, it's going to just be lots of little lines together. I'm seeing that people have done his costume differently. So I'm looking for some original Starlin reference. He always seems to have this kind of perpetual snarl, which is cool. Has the same structure as like a gorilla. If I ever saw Starlin, it'd be kind of interesting to ask him, like, if that was some of the facial structure inspiration. And then kind of not a very large top part of the head. It looks like this goes up like this. Looking at different bits of reference now. Interesting. I'm seeing different things happening right here. Okay. Other people kind of giving him like wings on the top part of his head. Okay. And now he's got this thing that goes like this. Seems to go up. See, in most poses he looks very kind of regal. I don't see a lot where he's kind of bent over in this kind of hunkered, pissed off look. And then in terms of this Infinity Gauntlet, just gems on the knuckles, I believe, right? Okay. It does look mall-like, you're right. Okay. What happens down here? He's got a belt. Pretty cool. Belt like that. Okay. He's also kind of he's a big character, but he's also kind of squat. So I'm thinking that I may have made this leg too long. So I'm going to adjust for that right here. Right? And then this leg kind of still was behind. And what does he have for boots? It's probably like these gigantic space boots from the 70s. The Michael Jackson EO boots. Captain EO, isn't that what it was called? Or am I misremembering? Alright, it's 11 o'clock, so now I'm into extra innings. But I can see the finish line. Kind of have a sense of where this is all going. I believe there's 2 lines that go down here that will help establish his chest there, and then he's got lines that go underneath here, which is actually very helpful for establishing where the shoulders are. Let's look at this backwards and see how it looks. Yeah, it's a very hunkering, massive Thanos. Do I raffle off drawings for subscribers? Wow, Mallet Mogul. Mallet Mongol. That would be a cool idea. Maybe I will institute something like that. Okay. All right. So I've got, it's almost done at this point. All the rest is just, man, I wish I had brought that marker. Boy, I would be done. Maybe I did bring it and it's hidden inside my portfolio. I'll look one more time. I don't think it is, though. I could try something. Let me see. I could break a marker. It's been a while since I've tried that. All right, let's not do that. If I had a thick pair of scissors, I could do that. All right. Art is all mental. If you think it's going to take a lot of time and you think it's going to be hard work, it is. If you think you could do it quickly and you can draw something with just markers, you can do that as well. Okay. So, excuse me 1 second while I ink this up. Or let me just put down a lot of the base layer of the inking, and then I'll get back to chat in a second. But if I can put down a lot of these kind of large brush strokes, large black areas with this 0.8 marker, I'll feel like I'm within striking range of getting this done. I'll feel better about myself this Sunday morning. So everywhere I'm drawing these lines is where I would have put brush strokes if I had a brush and marker. I actually don't know why. Usually it's just packed in there. I must have taken it out to do some other sketch and then just forgot to put it back in there. I would not have just taken it out because I was traveling. I almost take it everywhere with me religiously at this point. Okay, so the hard part now is these other areas. Yeah. Old school style, yeah. Old school in that you're drawing everything with a marker. I was tempted to use soy sauce, but it's brown. I could still use it around here as an energy glow. I'm very tempted to do that, actually. But I can decide at the end. I can still kind of mull it over my head. I just made a boo-boo there. And yes, I use the word boo-boo. I'm abusing this marker here. Okay. So at this point now, for me to get the darkest darks, I'm going to have to go in multiple times. So I'm just laying a base tone of black. And then you'll see me go back in afterwards and kind of create darker values. Hey, we're up to 617 viewers. The goal is to break 1,000 at some point. It's good to have goals, right? So you can see I'm still just putting base tones. Okay, then when you get to here, all right, now over here, and if you notice, the faster you go with a marker, the lighter it gets. So even though it has essentially a designated thickness width that gives you a line depending on how saturated or fresh it is with ink and the width of the pen. If you alter your speed of drawing, you can adjust the line. Carla, is there a pair of scissors over there? Or a knife? Just put it down there. Thank you. Okay. Before I do any more of this, I'm going to try to do something here. Well, this is fairly thick. I wonder if I can, before I resort to violence here. It's not too bad, but I do need something down here. All right, which one am I going to sacrifice? Let's try this 0.3. Don't want to look at it. That didn't seem to work very well. Let me try the other end. Oh, there we go. Is there ink in here? Really? Okay. All right. You know, it's cloth inside. There's nothing inside these things. Oh. Okay. What is this? Look at that, guys. What do we have here?
It's so exciting. This is probably saving me at least half an hour, at least. Pull that into frame here. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right. Let that dry. Erase some of these pencil marks here so they don't look like sloppy smudges. Kind of reveal kind of what I got going on. Whoops. All right, now to tighten this up. Call it a day. You know, before I do that though, I'm gonna add a little love and detail to this face. Okay. All right. I was actually kind of impressed how much ink is actually inside one of these markers. And there's still more in there, in case I need to pull out some more. It's really windy up here. You can hear. Okay. Just tidying up some of the values here. Running out of space. Can't do that. How am I going to do this part of the arm? I'm going to have to lift this up so I can scoop this underneath here. I don't even know if you can see that. Ooh, 1120. All right. Do I have something? Just thickening up some of these lines here so they are less scribbles and they look more like the actual edges to objects here. That fist there, and then with whiteout I'll be able to go in and better define them even more. Okay. That darker. Fill in the rest of the blacks. Obviously I didn't want to go to the edges with my fingers because of less control there, so I knew that I would go in with an actual marker and kind of make those into something. I want to put more ink down here. Not good. Kind of getting everywhere. Get some of this ink off here. Get this off here. Okay. All right. Okay, now I've got the basic figure down. I know I want to do some cosmic powered crackle stuff. That's kind of what I was thinking. I've got this ink. I just need an object that can kind of give me some very random but patterned kind of shapes. And for this, I probably need to stand up a bit. What's that going to be? All right, I'll tell you what's it going to be. Okay. Okay. It's going to be energy coming out this way. I'm thinking Cheerios. If I dip some Cheerios in there and lay them out, that would probably do it. I'm going to try some ink first, though, or this paper towel. Let's try this first. See what happens. Or maybe I'll use my fingers, because I've got ink all over. ink's kind of going where it's kind of randomly going places. It's hard to predict where it's going to go, but it's going on my fingers for sure. So let's just see what happens if I keep doing this. Okay. If I ever get wanted by the FBI, they'll know where to find the prints. Okay. Lastly but not least, now we got to do the whiteout. Use this one. You guys are playing along with the motes. They're very cool. All right. Now I got to basically put that back in there. Clean up some of this stuff over here. Some errant lines over there. Oh, there's a huge draft. Now we're just doing some Kirby crackle. But kind of in reverse. So it's kind of the white energy that we're seeing instead of the black dots. Kind of playing with the black shapes I put with my fingers. just have to fix kind of this whiteout's coming up very thick and heavy, so I gotta basically clean off some of the edges here in a second, which I'll do. Yes. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Gonna let this dry a little bit, and then I just have to finish cleaning up some of the areas that the whiteout was a little too thick on. Gotta wash my hands, and then I'll be done. We'll give these away. Actually, I'm gonna give away the Bane. This will be the Thanos will be a silent auction. So for the silent auction, you just basically do it through Whisper. Just put a number in there. Don't write a message, because it basically it just shows up in my window as a line, and so if you put too much information, basically I won't see it. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. One last thing I'll do is, if I had a card, which I don't. I have this. Just put a little splatter. Kind of help seal the energy crackle. Let that dry. So I'm going to get back to the Thanos and finish that up after it dries. Sorry about the camera shake. Alright, so the Bane is for 25, sub 25s and above. We're at 629 concurrent viewers. I think that's the highest so far. I now have to go. Hey guys, perfect timing. I'm just done. She's over in the other room. She's in the other room. Hey guys. Hey River, how are you? Oh, don't touch that. It's wet. Don't touch it. Just leave it. Don't touch it. Just leave it there. Here. Okay. All right. Sorry. I had placed my drawing on top of hers. Okay. So for this one, the channel's going to go emote only. And so if you're sub 25, you would type in Jim Lee, I think Batman. I think that's the emote. And by doing this, it restricts the possible group of winners to sub 25s. I know if you're new to this channel, it makes no sense. It still doesn't make sense to me either, honestly. But as you can see a lot of these heads kind of showing up here. All right, so we are going to basically do this Bane. I'll give it another minute for you guys to type in. Just type in one emote. You don't have to do more than one. It recognizes it. Okay? I'm going to lose control of this room in about 5 seconds. So as soon as I do this, I'm out. I want to thank Kirihiko and Ren Elephant and crispy for modding. Can someone help out? Okay, I'm gonna be gone in 5 seconds. Here we go. Roll it. The winner is Mega Mike 514. Mega Mike 514. Please flash the Batman just to confirm. And let's take care of this here. The perils of. I'm typing with the fingers that aren't covered with ink. I've got ink all over my laptop at this point.
Jackson, I got a special chest.
Did Mega Mike 514 confirm?
The blue chest or the pink?
The red.
Casey.
I got one.
Is he locked out because he was spamming too much? Is that possible?
Have that sword.
We're waiting.
Okay, I don't care buy it. I don't care.
While we're waiting for Mega Mike.
How much diamonds do you have now?
Hey.
Why is it being up top of me?
Hello, Mega Mike.
You have to be quiet, Jack. Papa's trying to do something.
Okay, what's going on? Am I gonna have to re-roll? The system is not 100% foolproof, but
Come on, you guys didn't get dressed.
you know what I'm gonna do? I think he's not. Oh. Okay, so I don't. You know what? It didn't work. All right. I think there's a way. Sorry about that, Mega Mike.
I'm already dressed.
I don't think he is. Okay. No. Okay. So I think what I need to do is make the keyword the Batman emote. All right. So what is the Batman? Is it Jim Lee Bats or is it Jim Lee Bat? Sorry about that, Mega Mike. Let me find out what it is. Okay, it's Jim Lee Bats. So go emote only. Sorry. Let me put this as a keyword in. Sorry about that, Mega Mike. That silence must have been a virtual scream. All right, so basically I've typed in what I didn't do before that I'm doing now is the keyword is basically the emote itself. So hopefully no one else can type this emote in unless you are a sub 25. And so hopefully this is the thing I should have done that would have spared Mega Mike the agony. I apologize, Mega Mike, for putting you through that. So the winner is Waihi. For the Bane. Oh my gosh. Gotta get this done here. Alright. Go back to chat. Congrats. Alright, cool. Awesome. Now I'm going to check my whispers and we'll figure out this. So this is a silent auction for the Thanos. You just basically put a number in through a whisper to me. So it's a private. I don't read out who won it. I just tell you guys what the the top bid was so that you guys know for your own edification. Please just send one message, no more than one. Thank you. All right, let's see. It is. Do you think it's able to ski? All right, hold on. All right, I'm almost done here. I'm on the last part here. So once again, I want to thank the mods, Kirihiko, Ren Elephant, and Crispy Eggroll for all their help today, making this happen from this log cabin in the middle of the woods. Actually, it's a hotel at a lodge, but it looks like a log cabin. For some reason,
Brighton wants to eat what we did yesterday.
okay. All right, guys, I'm just kind of going through it. There's a lot, and this whisper thing is like, the interface is horrible. So this is the best way to describe it at this point. So I'm trying to find like the highest bid here.
That can be the side. It can be the what are you wearing?
Your sweatpants are inside out. Yeah, turn them off. Take them off.
You didn't eat 5.
They're
I
inside out.
eat 5, 6. Like this.
That should be on the inside. I promise.
That's so weird.
Mason, get dressed, please.
I don't feel like it needs to like that.
Okay.
I get it. It goes like this.
Take them off.
Sorry, there's just a lot. I think they keep coming in. Okay, I have the winner. It's 1665. Oh boy, could not type well. You'll figure out the message. Obviously, it's a little garbled because I'm trying to type with fingers I don't normally type with. There's some areas here that I'm going to clean up, but I will do that off stream. But it basically looks like this. I just go back in and tighten up some of these edge lines. I will post the final results, but it looks pretty much like this with just some of the lines kind of shaved down to add a little more finesse. I'll probably clean up some of this Kirby crack a little bit like that as well. But that's it for me in my allotted time. Thank you guys for all sharing in this stream, tuning in. I appreciate the support, and I will see you guys probably in a week or so. All right, take care.